I want to welcome all of you to a class that I believe will make a huge difference in the enjoyment of your life and the lives of your family. Today I want to talk to you about how you can stay on for the first 100 years. And now I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, no, wait just a minute, the title sounds catchy, but do I really need to know how to stay on for 100 years? Well, it seems a little far-fetched and ambitious. Well, it's really not. You need to start thinking about what it means for you and your family to live a long time. Well, let's take a look at some of the facts. The average lifespan in 1900 was 49 years old. We knew this because, not many people used to live back in the day. They didn't provide the kind of cures and provide the kind of health cares that they provide today. But that's the point. Everybody's chance of living, a long, healthy life was much less back then. And as a matter of fact, the average lifespan today is 77.6 years, and that's growing a lot. And a recent study done which was done by scientists at the University of Texas, which was reported on today's show, was that by the year 2050, 800,000 Americans live to 100, and some to 150. So what does this mean? It means your kids are going to need to know how they're going to stay on, say, before they're going to figure out how they're going to spend their inheritance, because you're going to probably live in so long that they may be retired themselves before they even get to your inheritance, assuming there is some. So yes, this is a topic you and your family need to know about. If we're going to live 100 years, we need to make that long life a quality long life. We don't really just want to exist on this planet. We want to live, work, and play on this planet. We want to have a quality life. We have a whole, huge group of baby boomers in the over 50 phase of life, and we can see, in large numbers what the effects of long life can be. Long life reveals that we will have, major health concerns, after the age of 50, especially if we don't do something before the age of 50 to prevent those problems. These are areas that we've never seen before because we haven't had such large numbers reaching such a ripe old age. For example, we are continually being confronted with, mental diseases, like Alzheimer's. This disease didn't just start; we just see it a lot more, because dementia doesn't usually come onto a person until they're about, 70 years or older. Now that we realize that the chances are much greater, that we'll reach this age, we need to take some, precautions to make sure that we can still use our minds when we get to this age. We also see the importance of taking care of our skin. Old age has brought a huge, growth in the cosmetic industry. Cosmetic surgery. More and more people are trying to correct the wrinkle problem that come with growing older. But the biggest problem, we've seen today at the increased lifespan is the increase in musculoskeletal problems. In other words, your mobility functions. The ability for you to move around like we used to. We've increased the odds of living past 80, and we have increased our life's activities, but we have yet to change the way that we take care of our spine. We're the first generation to witness, the ramifications that long life creates. It reveals areas of neglect. And now the stats show that the most common cause of functional disability in a person over 50 years of age is spinal disorders. Wow, that's pretty important to know. So, on show of hands, how many of you plan on living past 50? All right, how many of your friends and family live past 50? You probably do. All right, well, take this for example. If I could tell you, who was going to rob your house and at what time and take all your possessions and steal all your belongings, would you do something about it to stop it, or would you just let it happen? All right? Well, now I'm able to tell you, who is going to rob your house, rob your functional capacities, not rob your house, and when it's going to happen. So are you going to do something about it, or are you just going to let it happen? Of course not. Let's prevent it. Just like we would prevent something from breaking into our home, if we could. But I think we all can agree that we should probably, work harder to prevent our health from being stolen, rather than our belongings, and our ability to move, than we would our possessions being stolen. Think about this, for example. If we lose our mobility at 65 and live to 105, that's 40 years of immobility and pain. Let's take a look at some of healthcare, where we've already made adjustments and improvements of our health. Look at the advances we have made in tooth decay. We used to have many more cavities and loss of teeth in years past than we do now. We take so much better care of our teeth now with all kinds of preventative care measures, and our teeth last longer and cause us less pain. And more people are also living with less wrinkles. That's right. There's been about a 465% increase in the total number of adjustments, to get rid of another ramification of growing older, wrinkles. And there's been about 12 million people who have had cosmetic adjustments in the past year. And I'm all for us having longer lasting teeth and less wrinkles, but I think you can agree, if you can't move, a lack of mobility will make you look a lot older than crow's feet. The only reason we respond to our teeth and our wrinkles before our spine and joints is for one simple fact. If our spine or on our face, we take a lot better care of it. We don't wait till our teeth fall out before we take care of them, and we must not wait till our back goes out before we take care of that either. You take preventative steps to have pearly whites, and you must take preventative steps to have a good mobility, since the chances of you living 30 to 40 years past the age of 50 is huge right now. So why is this more important than your teeth? Is this more important than your teeth? Because there's no such thing as a spine transplant. You can get a new set of teeth, and there are many other organs you can get replaced, but if you don't take care of your spine, there's no going back like you can with teeth. There's no crown replacement. You just live with the pain. And don't forget, this is limited to just back pain. You can't get it in your neck either. Let's see raising hands. How many of you would like to, use your neck past the age of 50? Okay, and let's see raising hands here. How many of you would like to use your back as well? Okay, a pretty big club. If 1 out of every 3 suffer from neck pain, 85 out of 100 suffer from back pain. That's a pretty, high statistic. As I would think anyone would want to be convinced that we should probably do something preventative about this. But just in case you need a little more convincing, let's take a look at, what will happen if you don't do anything preventive about it and just kind of let nature take its course. We have here what is called our mobility scale. On the bottom here is going to be our age, and on the left is going to be our percentage of capacity mobility. You can see that by about the age 23, you had 100% of your capacity. And that's going to drop about 50%. And by about the age 60, if you don't do anything preventive about it, just let nature take its course, by about the age 60, you're going to be about 25% of your mobility what you had when you were 23. That's no fun. All right. Question is, can the scale be changed? Can it be changed for me? Is it too late? And it can be changed. And the good news is, with preventative care, we can make a big improvement on the line of the scale. Take a look here. For example, again, what happens if you let nature take its course, and then you can see what happens if we do something preventative about it. This green line right here, you can see that it stays about 75% to your 80s of your mobility if you do something about it. All right, that is what you want, and that's what you need, right? That is what you want your family as well. If we're gonna be here, we might as well, be able to move and function. So why not take steps necessary to make this happen? Okay. Well, some of you may be thinking, answering, or one answer you may be thinking is that this is a perfect thing to do if you're young. But what about those who are already experiencing pain? What if you're already past 50? Is it too late to start? And absolutely not. In fact, I want to congratulate you on getting here. It's never too late to do the right thing. If you want to get you on track and have a great life, here's how we can do it. The first thing you need to do, though, is follow through the entire recommendations of care that you're given. The reason I mention following through is because you've already lived a long time with the mentality that you take care of your spine and your joints if you are in pain. This means it is going to be easy for you to think, when you get out of the pain, that you no longer need treatments. But listen, if you drop out after pain relief, you're never going to change, the results of that scale. The one we just looked at, the mobility scale. Pain is always the last to show and the first to go. And the only way you can change the scale and change the mobility scale in your life is to go through the entire recommendation care and the 3. First phase is pain relief. This is a reminder for some of you, but let's take a review. This is the cause of your pain. You have what is called subluxation, which is the misalignment of the vertebrae, which is causing nerve interference. It's the pinching nerve, which can impact many areas of organs and, causing the body a lot of dis-ease that you might not ever relate to back problem. Picture this. If you ever hooked up a garden hose, with water, and it's flowing through, the water's flowing through, but then once there's a kink or twist in the hose, if the hose has gotten twisted, it stops the water, right? Otherwise it would work perfectly when the water's flowing through. We might call that a subluxation in the hose. In other words, the misalignment of your spine is causing nerve interference, or it is stopping the flow of the nerves, which is sending the messages to other organs or body parts, causing, that back pain, a lot of physical, alignments due to nerve interference. So when the nerve interference is removed, the nerve flow is restored, and so is your health. So how do we remove that nerve interference? We remove it through a series of adjustments. The adjustments gradually move your spine back and align and the alignment away from the nerve flow, allowing the body to heal itself. You may be thinking, great, awesome, I get a series of adjustments and that removes interference, getting rid of the pain and the problem. So why can't I stop right there after the pain's gone? Well, it's important that emphasize that this is still only part of your first phase. if you want to change that mobility scale, we must stabilization care. So there's a reason why you must not stop with your care after you get out of the pain. Your spine has actually been misaligned for such a long time that your body has now accepted the misalignment for being correct, which isn't good. Your body actually thinks that this is the way it's supposed to be because it has been there for so long. And now the body and muscles and spine must be retained or retrained. And the spine must remain in a proper position for a long enough time for the body to accept the alignment to be the norm. This is called stabilization, and this takes time. Unless the spine and joints are retrained with adjustments and kept in proper position for a longer period of time, your body will naturally pull your spine back to misaligned condition. We don't want that. So why does it take work and time? I like using these examples. Why does it take work and time? Can you go to the gym once and get in shape? Of course not. Can you lift weights? Enjoy bigger muscles? We all wish we could, go to the gym one time and come out looking like Mr. and Mrs. Olympia. But we all know it can't be done. It takes work and it takes time. To get your musculoskeletal system stabilized, it is going to take some time. And remember, treatments, you will need all of them. Another example I use is, did the orthodontist straighten your teeth the first visit? Of course not. They didn't. Another example is, did the orthodontist straighten your teeth the first visit? Of course not. Once again, it took a lot of time. Even after teeth were straight, you kept braces on for a long time, or you wore the retainer for even a longer time. In the same way, I've given you recommendation care that will not only get you out of pain, but you must follow that we can get stabilized condition, meaning your body has accepted a healthy, proper alignment as the norm for your body. So once we reach a stabilized condition, we will dismiss you from active care and move you to the third phase, recovery, which is maintenance and preventative stage. I get rather, excited about this stage because this is where you enable, you to change a mobility scale and make a difference in the quality of your life. It isn't enough for us to want you to get, out of pain. We want to move around and have the opportunity, where you can enjoy life. This is what you want, isn't it? Right? The good news is that this stage will not require a lot of, time or money. But it's simple and affordable. But it's also, it's the same dividends you are paid, in health and life. Make it well worth it. But preventative care is essential towards changing the mobility scale of your lifetime. And even as I'm talking here, I can hear people saying, in your minds, I've heard that chiropractors want you to come back the rest of your life. Well, maybe they're right. But before you make any adjustments, let me ask you a question. What doctor have you ever been to that said never come back again? Did you ever go to the dentist and the dentist say, don't come back to your teeth fall out? He or she wouldn't say that because it wouldn't be a malpractice thing. They push you to do the right thing, which is preventative care. Do you remember when you first got your eyes checked, say maybe second or third grade? They told you, great news, your eyes are fine. So as far as we're concerned, so far as we are concerned, you don't need to bother to come check them again, unless you totally lose your eyesight. I think it's time for you to be honest. There isn't any doctor who has or should recommend that you ignore your health, and until there's a problem. No doctor could recommend that you come back, and we certainly can't either because it wouldn't be what you need to do to enjoy your life. Be assured though, you don't. We don't want you to come, any more times than you need to. Our adjusting rooms are actually already full as is. The purpose of our recommendation care is to change that mobility scale, like we've been talking about this whole time. Change that mobility scale for your life. We can't remove wrinkles, or we can't make your teeth stay white, but we can enable you to move so you can work, play, and stay young for 100 years. And I sound rather passionate about this. I get really excited about the benefits that people are experiencing to chiropractor. And for example, why I get so excited about it is I see a lot of patients come through, but one that really stuck out to me was, there was this elderly lady, maybe in her mid 70s, 80s, and she's never been to one before. And she's used medicine. She's had all surgeries and everything. And she first pulled up in our parking lot, and the doctors and everyone had to go help her. She had someone drive her here, had to go help her walk in. She barely could walk at all, and she came in eager to see what it would do. And even after the first one, she was already feeling a little better. But as we saw her take those stages that we recommended her, she was getting a lot better. And, now she comes by herself, she drives herself, she walks right in here like she owns the place almost. It's really impressive to see at 80 years old. It's a great thing. Um, and you may be thinking, hey, wait, before you quit, I do care about my health and future health of my family. I have family and friends I know that, I've never really thought about what we've been talking about today. Is there anything that we could, I could do about it? And the answer is absolutely. Um, you should know that it's never too soon to start. The trauma of childbirth on the spine is huge right now. And the good news is, with a little bit of preventative care, we can eliminate much of their pain management in their later years. Of course, your family would need to come in first and get everything checked out, but it'll definitely benefit them, and be one of the best investments you make in their later years in life. Um, but to illustrate how sincere we are about this preventative care, I have asked my assistant here, Sarah, to help you. She's right in the back over there. She has her appointment scheduled today with her right now for available times for you and your family to get in. And as I said, we want to put your health and their health future ahead of everything else. And to show how serious we are, we will give them a complete first day services, which includes a exam and X-rays if necessary, for a total cost of only $40. And then we will donate that $40 to Make-A-Wish Foundation. This allows you and your family to get started to see for yourself how much it can mean for your health, without it being a cost issue. But to take advantage of this, you must sign up with us today. But you have to keep it simple and confined to those that are here. If you want to schedule a family member under this same special offer, I know you don't know their schedules, but I will tell you that if you get them on the schedule right now, they can call. It's not a big deal. We can figure it out, but we need them on the books. It'll make it a lot easier for them, and whatnot. So I hope you enjoyed, and most importantly, plan on doing everything you need to do to stay on for 100 years. Thanks for coming.